once again, my good people. My name is Nick Pell, and this is coming from my college dorm. In case you watched my last video, which I talked about at the end of time part 2, it's somewhere in the same garb. I'm filming this basically directly after that video. So, yeah, in this video, I'm essentially just going to talk about David Tennant as the 10th Doctor for the last 3 seasons, and my likes, my dislikes, and my overall thoughts on him as the Doctor. If you've seen my reviews of seasons 2, 3, 4, and then the specials, you'll know what my initial thoughts are on him as the Doctor. And so, yeah, let's get to it right now. As the Doctor, I felt that David Tennant did a very good job. He was funny when he needed to be, or at least his character was. I felt that he was able to portray a lot of the emotions in the Doctor that the 9th Doctor he wasn't able to pull it off as realistically, if I remember right. I haven't seen season 1 for a while now. Just based on what I remember, it doesn't seem like the 9th Doctor really was able to demonstrate as many different emotions as David Tennant as the Doctor. So that was a really cool feature. Something that I did like but also didn't like from the outset is how he would be very casual in situations that needed to be serious sometimes. I can't remember an example of this off the top of my head, but there were times where situation was very serious for people where he would normally have to be serious, and his character would just kind of stroll around like nothing's going on. That kind of made him a little bit unrelatable, just because like he is the Doctor and that's part of his persona. He's supposed to be able to figure out what's going on, know how to deal with it, etc., etc. But in that aspect, he was a little bit unrelatable. Just putting the right emotions and personalities into the right situation would be good. In terms of David Tennant's companions, I thought they were all pretty good. They were all very unique in terms of their own personalities and their own styles. Rose was more or less the same as she was in season 1 and was probably the closest to the Doctor. Martha was pretty badass towards the end. And then Donna was probably the most saddening because she didn't take crap from anyone, and yet she was the one who had to, and she probably enjoyed her time with the Doctor the most because she wasn't looking for anything romantic, or she just wanted an adventure. She wanted to travel the stars, see other worlds, all that stuff, and she had to forget all of it. And so, yeah, in terms of the companions, I thought they were chosen very well. I thought the personalities matched the Doctor very nicely. Each one took a little bit of time to get used to, but that just goes along with it. Like when I start watching season 5, it'll probably take me a few episodes to get used to Matt Smith as the Doctor. It took me a few episodes to get used to David Tennant. But once you kind of get used to it, you start to get into their personalities and you start to enjoy it a lot more. One episode which I always remember is the Family of Blood episode. Just because that is the one where we see the most humanity out of the Doctor that we've ever seen. He makes himself human, and he basically falls in love with this human woman, and once he figures out that he is this other person, he has to make a decision as a human, whether or not he wants to become this person again, or if he wants to remain a human and live out the rest of his life as a human. And so that was a very interesting episode. Another one was where the Daleks' leader, he became kind of an evolution of himself and began to realize that the Doctor was a good guy and wanted to help him, while the other Daleks who were beneath him didn't see any reason for this and ended any hope of ending any further Dalek scourge in the galaxy. But in terms of the specials, I really did enjoy them. I thought that Planet of the Dead, it could have been essentially any story for what it was, as long as it had that same type of ending where it, in prediction of the 4 knocks and then his song would end. So, just looking back on that, I didn't say that in the review, but looking back on it, I do kind of think that. And then The Waters of Mars was a good way to set up kind of David Tennant's way of realizing that his time is coming to an end shortly, and so he has to kind of make the most of it. And he could, in a sense, be the Lord of Time. He could make the laws of time his own and decide who lives and who dies. And like I said before, he kind of has a godlike or a god complex, and that is a very interesting thing to see, and we see that shattered at the end of Waters of Mars. Both end of time episodes I thought were really cool. They were a really good way to kind of summarize the whole last 3 seasons, and brought back a villain who's been the Doctor's greatest threat. We knew he was going to come back, someone picked up the ring, and so it's kind of a giveaway. But yeah, the whole thing really well done. David Tennant as the Doctor, very, 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 very good. He is thus far my favorite Doctor. I don't know if Matt Smith will beat him out in that sense. I doubt it, but I don't know. I haven't seen him at all as the Doctor, so I don't know. So yeah, leave your thoughts on David Tennant, or I guess the past 4 seasons if you choose to, down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to think. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to the video, or subscribe to my channel if you so choose, and that would be lovely. And so yeah, until next time, my good people, my name is Nick Pell. This is from my college dorm, and for the very last time, Alonze.